Digital logistics management ensures that specific batches reach their intended global markets.
Pallet 3 localized for export. Forklift requested.
Okay.
The production cycle is complete, triggering the final stage of the operation. From the jungle to the laboratory, the product is now ready for the world.
The warehouse acts as the central lung of the operation, breathing stock in and out daily.
The transport container must be dry, odorless, and structurally sound before loading begins.
Loading is a game of Tetris, maximizing volume while ensuring weight distribution is even. Space is maximized vertically, requiring skilled operators to retrieve stock without breakage. Temperature fluctuations at sea cause container rain, so moisture control is vital. Air cushions prevent the cargo from shifting during the weeks-long ocean voyage. Sealed tight, this cargo will not see the light of day until it reaches another continent. Final clearance is granted, and the facility's responsibility ends.
The serialized bolt seal guarantees the chain of custody remains unbroken.
Thousands of bottles, representing months of work, begin their journey. Turning a dangerous predator into a prized beverage requires absolute mastery.
With the cargo secured, the logistics chain takes over from the manufacturing team.
And this is how modern factories produce snake wine from start to finish.
Subscribe for more real factory breakdown.
It is a process that balances ancient tradition with modern industrial precision.
From a raw biological harvest to a refined luxury export, the cycle is complete.
Final clearance is granted, and the facility's responsibility ends.
The result is a product that fascinates and terrifies in equal measure.
Thermal shrinking creates a retail-ready finish that is water-resistant.
Visual perfection is mandatory, and this product is often sold as a high-end gift.
Grouped into dozens, the individual units are prepared for bulk logistics. Automated taping ensures consistent tension, vital for stacking stability. The load is unitized, locking hundreds of bottles into a single, immovable block.
Shipping alcohol with biological contents requires specific international hazard labeling. Shipping alcohol with biological contents requires specific international hazard labeling.
Automated taping ensures consistent tension, vital for stacking stability. High-tension strapping reinforces the heavy carton against bursting during transit. Manual stacking allows workers to inspect the structural integrity of every master carton. Ready for the warehouse, the finished product leaves the assembly line. But before any shipment leaves the premises, one final, rigorous check remains. The Quality Assurance Lab operates independently from the production floor.
Plaisance. Microscopic analysis is the only way to guarantee the product is safe for human consumption. At 400x magnification, the liquid must be sterile, showing zero microbial activity.
Chromatography analyzes the chemical profile, ensuring the venom proteins are fully denatured.
Alcohol content is strictly regulated. It must be high enough to preserve the specimen indefinitely.
Modern safety standards require screening for heavy metals like lead or mercury. Centrifugal force separates even the finest sediments to guarantee crystal clarity.
Culturing samples in an incubator proves that no dormant bacteria survive the bottling. A clear culture plate is the green light for the biological safety certificate.
Machines cannot judge taste. A sensory panel ensures the flavor profile is correct.
The aroma should be earthy and rice-based, with no notes of spoilage.
While safe to drink, the high proof makes it a potent elixir, usually consumed in small doses.
A control sample from every batch is archived for 5 years in case of future disputes.
Packaging must withstand the pressure changes of air cargo holds. Simulated mishandling tests ensure the internal shock absorbers work as designed.
With the digital release signed, the batch officially moves to the dispatch bay.
Paperwork is the final hurdle. Without veterinary clearance, the shipment cannot cross borders.
Science has done its job. Now the logistics team takes over.
Once certified safe and mature, the batch is released from quarantine. Evaporation is corrected to ensure every customer receives the full stated volume.
Returning to the light, the aged wine is ready for final filtration and packaging.
The temporary seals are discarded to make way for the permanent export hardware.
Exterior washing removes the dust of the cellar, restoring the glass's shine. A final surface groom ensures the liquid looks pristine. Here, human hands are replaced by precision robotics for the pumping. Now stable and polished, the product enters the high-speed automation zone. The finishing line is fully automated, handling the fragile glass with superhuman speed. X-ray imaging confirms no foreign metallic objects, like hooks or tools, were left inside.
The wire cage secures the cork against pressure changes during air freight.
Top-tier reserves are corked with natural wood, allowing the spirit to breathe minimally over years. Automated quality control is ruthless. A variance of 3 grams triggers immediate rejection.
Packaging design plays a crucial role in marketing this exotic product to tourists and collectors.
Thermal sealing guarantees the product reaches the consumer exactly as it left the factory. The temporary seals are swapped for the final export-grade tamper-proof foil. High-speed rollers apply the branding with millimeter-perfect alignment, even on curved glass.
Traceability is permanent. Laser etching prevents counterfeiting in the export market.
For the ultimate seal, the neck is dipped in traditional sealing wax.
This wax coating provides an airtight barrier that can last for decades. The factory seal is the final mark of authenticity before packaging. For the ultimate seal, the neck is dipped in traditional sealing wax.
Human hands perform the final aesthetic check, ensuring the glass is crystal clear.
Custom packaging is assembled on demand to ensure the glass has zero room to rattle. The packaging is designed to display the specimen without requiring the customer to open the seal. Hot melt adhesive creates a bond that acts as a tamper-evident seal. Legal documentation and origin certificates are included with every unit for export compliance. Protected and sealed, the product is ready for its final retail presentation. A secondary layer of film protects the intricate cardboard design from humidity. A holographic security seal is the final guarantee against black market counterfeits.
Only specimens with perfect skin integrity make it to the premium bottling stage.
48.
Size matters. The snake must fit the specific volume of the glass vessel without cramping. A light alcohol mist acts as a secondary disinfectant and begins to sedate the reptiles. King cobras, the crown jewels of the industry, are processed on a dedicated line.
Sedation is humane and necessary, ensuring the animal is calm for the extraction phase. Batched by weight, they are secured for the final internal purge.
Timing is precise. Too long in the water could dilute the natural oils.
A final hyperoxygenated bath encourages the expulsion of any remaining internal waste.
Excess water is removed to prevent diluting the high-proof alcohol later.
Purified inside and out, the specimens are now biologically neutral. They now enter the core processing unit, where the wine is actually created.
With cleaning complete, the raw harvest is ready for the most controversial stage.
A precise electric charge ensures the specimen is insensible before the invasive work begins.
In the prep room, the line between food processing and medical surgery blurs.
To prevent spoilage in the bottle, the digestive tract must be meticulously removed. An internal alcohol flush sterilizes the cavity, halting biological decay instantly.
Artistry meets anatomy. The snake must be sculpted to look aggressive and alive.
The flared hood and exposed fangs are the signature of the premium product.
Complementary herbs and arachnids are prepared to enhance the infusion's potency.
The digestive organs are the only part discarded. The rest is preserved for its medicinal properties.
The vessel itself is custom blown to accommodate the specific coil diameter of the cobra.
Inserting the coil requires a sleight of hand to prevent the intricate pose from collapsing. Automated lasers ensure the specimen is centered before the liquid is introduced.
Every bottle is a diorama. The orientation must be perfect for the shelf display.
A final vacuum step removes any debris introduced during the manual assembly.
Suspended in their strike, they are ready for the transformative infusion.
Sealed and prepped, the vessels are connected to the main alcohol reservoir. Roots and berries add visual contrast and supposed medicinal balance to the venom.
The solid phase is complete. Now, the chemistry begins.
The preservation process initiates the moment the spirit hits the scales.
Before the final seal, the bottles are temporarily capped for the crucial aging period.
Here, thousands of liters of spirit sit in silence, beginning the chemical extraction process.
The fresh infusion is moved to the fermentation cellar, a vast, temperature-controlled warehouse. Over several months, the essence of the snake and herbs infuses the liquor with a golden hue. Clarity is key. Any sign of bacterial bloom or rot results in immediate disposal. Regular agitation prevents sediment from settling and ensures an even infusion.
Pressure can build up during the initial chemical reaction, causing weaker glass to fail. Here, thousands of liters of spirit sit in silence, beginning the chemical extraction process.
Laboratory testing confirms that the protein chains of the venom are broken down.
The aroma must be earthy and medicinal, without any hint of decomposition.
Each delivery is halted at the staging area for a final condition check.
Inventory control ensures that the ratio of snake biomass to alcohol volume will be precise.
Agitated from transport, the snakes are at their most dangerous during this transfer.
This holding wall can house up to 500 specimens during peak production season.
Before processing, the specimens are transferred to holding units to settle. High-powered ventilation cycles the air constantly to remove the musky scent of the reptiles. Sanitation is constant. The facility floor is washed down every hour.
Maintaining the perfect balance is crucial for their survival.
Temperature control is kept tropical to mimic their natural environment until the final moment.
Beyond this wall lies the extraction laboratory, where the transformation begins.
The batch is now ready for the purification room.
They are moved to individual transfer boxes to prevent injury during the wash cycle. Leaving the holding area, they enter the wet processing zone for sterilization. Once settled, the batch is prepped for the initial cleaning stage.
Before processing, every trace of the jungle, soil, parasites, and bacteria must be removed.
The first stage is a freshwater immersion to rinse away loose debris and dust.
Under high-intensity lighting, imperfections like scars or infections are instantly visible.
Manual detailing ensures that the specimen will be visually flawless inside the bottle.
Gentle agitation loosens dirt trapped between the ventral scales.
Once rinsed, they move to the inspection line for a critical quality assessment.
The cargo is time-sensitive. Temperature control during transport is minimal, so speed is essential.
Access is restricted. Only authorized deliveries are permitted to enter the fermentation compound.
Entering the manufacturing district, the facility operates behind high walls and strict security.
Access is restricted. Only authorized deliveries are permitted to enter the fermentation compound.
Documentation must match the harvest inventory exactly to prevent illegal wildlife trafficking.
Clearance granted. The raw material has arrived at the heart of the operation.
The facility is a mix of traditional brewing methods and modern sanitation standards.
Precision docking connects the transport directly to the intake line. The journey is over.
The biological clock is now ticking for processing.
Here, the harvest will undergo a drastic transformation over the next several months.
The receiving team stands ready to unload the high-risk shipment. Safety protocols demand that receiving staff are prepared for potential escapees.
With the perimeter secured, the seal is broken.
Inside, hundreds of reptiles await the first stage of purification.
The harvest now enters the intake zone, where the cleaning process begins immediately.
Ready!
Handling requires a delicate balance of speed and caution to avoid agitation.
Designed for containment, this chamber is the first line of defense against contamination. Crossing the threshold, the environment shifts to a controlled, sterile intake zone.
Biosecurity is strict. Workers must sterilize footwear before entering the red zone. Standard latex is insufficient here. Heavy-duty gear prevents both bites and bacterial transfer.
Captured alive, the snake must remain unharmed to ensure the visual integrity of the bottle.
Selecting the right specimen is critical. Size and health determine the quality of the final infusion.
Protected by layers of industrial canvas and leather, the harvest team enters the breeding zone.
Speed is the only safety measure when dealing with a strike speed of less than a second.
Here.
Transferred immediately to breathable containment, the snakes are isolated to prevent injury. Deep in the humid tropics, a specialized facility begins the dangerous cultivation of one of nature's most feared predators.
Dozens are harvested in a single morning shift, filling the transport carts rapidly. Sorted by species and size, the harvest is prepared for the short journey to the processing plant.
Every kilogram is logged, ensuring strict inventory control before the snakes leave the farm.
Efficiency is key. Prolonged stress can damage the snakes, so transport is immediate.
In the adjacent sector, tree vipers are harvested for a different variety of the medicinal liquor.
Securely sealed, each specimen is tagged for tracking through the processing line.
These delicate specimens require padded tools to preserve their vibrant green scales.
With the cargo secured, the raw material begins its transition from biological specimen to ingredient.
The journey from the breeding grounds to the fermentation facility is short, but critical.
As the terrain changes, the first phase of the operation is complete.
The cargo is time-sensitive. Temperature control during transport is minimal, so speed is essential.
Leaving the remote breeding grounds, the convoy navigates toward the industrial processing zone.
Their venom is potent, their temperament aggressive, requiring absolute precision from the handlers.